My pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. Today we'll contemplate on the fourth theme of second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The fourth theme is the characteristics of the enlightened one, or Sthita Prajna. As we discussed in earlier talks, Arjuna surrenders to Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna gives him Atma Jnana. Then he shows him the path of Karma Yoga for the purification of the mind, so that his wisdom becomes stable, wisdom gets established in the self. He becomes self-realized. So Arjuna asks the question about characteristics of the enlightened one, characteristic of the Sthita Prajna. Who is Sthita Prajna and how? What is his behavior? This is the question. So Arjuna wants to know where the spiritual sadhana will lead. What is the phala or the result of spiritual sadhana? Right? He wants to know what is really mukti, what is liberation, and how the liberated person is. That's why he asked the question about Sthita Prajna. So Sri Krishna speaks about Sthita Prajna, the enlightened one, the blessed one who is enlightened, who has Atma Jnana, and who has purified the mind through Karma Yoga, and who has attained the wisdom of the self. So he has no desires. He is blissful because his mind is always established in the self. Because bliss is your nature. Bliss is the nature of the self. Atma is nothing but Sachidananda Rupa. The nature of self is bliss. So he is always blissful because his mind is established in the self. What do you mean by he has no desire? See, what is desire actually? Desire is I want something. Because by getting what I want, I'll get happiness. So we associate happiness with object. If I get this, I'll be happy. Our happiness is conditional happiness. Okay? But really, happiness is unconditional. It's your own nature. You don't need something for being happy because your nature is bliss. Unless you realize yourself, you will not have that experience of inner bliss. So those who don't have the experience of, those who are not realized, they always crave for external things. They become slaves of the external objects. So he has no desire means he doesn't desire any object for his happiness. He may get something, he may not get something. It doesn't make a difference because his happiness is undisturbed. His bliss is undisturbed. Right? His bliss is not dependent on any external object. His happiness is not dependent on external object. It is like this. Somebody who has drunk nectar, which is tastiest, which is sweetest, he doesn't crave for milk, he doesn't crave for coffee, he doesn't crave for alcohol. All lower level things drop because he is established in the eternal bliss. And because he is established in the eternal bliss, his behavior with the external world will change. He doesn't get depressed when events don't happen according to which are not favorable to him. When events which are not favorable to have comes to him, he doesn't get depressed. When events favorable to him happens, he doesn't get elated. He has no attraction, no repulsion. I like this, I don't like this. He is free from the fear, anger. So these are actually emotional disturbances. Attraction, repulsion, the fear, anger. Okay? Elation and depression. These are human emotional disturbances. He becomes free from emotional disturbances because he is established in his own nature, which is bliss. So we understand we should not get depressed when some events which are not favorable to happens. But why should not get elated? when things are favorable to us. Because please understand, even whatever elation you have will give rise to depression later, because whatever makes you happy also makes you unhappy, and it goes. Everything in the world is temporary in nature. I'll tell you a small story. There was a man who had a heart problem, heart disease. His wife was worried about him. One day he gets $1 million in lottery ticket, and his wife is very afraid to tell him, because he may die of he may get heart attack if he hears the news. Then he goes to a father, a priest, and asks the priest to break the news to her husband slowly. So the priest calls this man, my son. Let us say God is pleased with you, and you are lucky, so you get let's say $10,000 in a lottery. What will you do? Oh father, I will go for a trip. Okay, tour. So suppose you get $50,000. I will donate $10,000 for the church father, and $40,000 I will use it for fun. Suppose you get $1 million, I will give 50% to you, father. The father gets heart attack. Even emotional upsets, even the joy causes disturbance in our system, and can cause heart attack also. Elation. But what you have to remember is, everything in the world is temporary. Everything what you consider happy, once you get it, that becomes your source of unhappiness. Then you start chasing something else. For example, somebody is working very hard, studying very hard for getting good marks. He gets a good mark, he is happy. Now he is looking for a job. Okay, the cause of happiness was earlier good marks. Now the cause of happiness is job. It is shifted. So he gets a job, then he gets married. So now he is worried about his promotion, right? Everything what we consider happy will lose its value, and something else will open up. So nothing is permanent in nature. Raga, dvesha, attraction and repulsion, is free from that. You get attracted and repulsed by something in the world because you consider yourself as body, mind and intellect. Your identity is body, mind and intellect. If your identity is pure consciousness, then you don't have attraction and repulsion for anything in the world. You have pure love, which is your nature. Fear is not there because he knows that he is not the body and mind and intellect. Body and mind can die, but he himself will never be. He has no birth and death. Krodha, anger is not there because anger is when we don't get what we want. He doesn't bother if he doesn't get anything he wants, because he is already blissful. So he becomes free from the emotional disturbances. This is one of the main characteristics of an enlightened one. So many times what happens, so you may think that the person who doesn't get attracted to something, okay, or rather doesn't see something, will not get attracted naturally. For example, somebody doesn't drink, let's say, alcohol. He has never tasted alcohol, okay, but so he doesn't get attracted because he has not tasted, right? Whereas an enlightened one will not get attracted, not because he is seeing something, in the presence of something, in the presence of experiencing something also, he doesn't get attracted. The attachment is not there. For a person who is not enlightened, he can soon get into attachment because the lack of opportunity made him detached, but presence of the opportunity make him attached. Whereas an enlightened one, presence and absence of any opportunity doesn't make a difference. So what happens is, because his mind is established in blissful state, okay, he is always prasanna, means peaceful, blissful. He keeps continuing doing his work, doing whatever work, service he is doing, and he attains the highest supreme blissful state called Brahmi Sthiti, the state of consciousness of Brahman or divine or supreme reality. Such a person who has attained that state of consciousness called Jivan Mukta or liberated while he is alive, he will not be, even at the time of death, sometimes what happens is when dying, some people become unconscious, body becomes unconscious, right? His jnana is not there at that time. So will he be, I mean, jnana will not be there, right? As such a person who is Jivan Mukta, even after death, whatever is the state of death, he will be liberated. His jnana is not disturbed by the state of the body. Okay? He will attain the supreme. So Sri Krishna summarizes, you perform your actions based on Karma Yoga. Okay? By that your process, your mind gets purified. Then Jnana Yoga, Jnana already I have told you are not the body, mind and intellect. So that gets, as that gets established, you will become Sthita Prajna, enlightened one. And one enlightened one means he is called Jivan Mukta, or he is liberated. He will attain the supreme. He will be free from the cycle of birth and death.